You know the name. For decades, the Toyota Camry has pretty much been the definition of a reliable family sedan here in America. It's a household name for a reason. But for 2026, Toyota is shaking things up in a big way. We're talking a bold new look, a premium feel, and it's only available as a hybrid. So the big question is, has the trusty, dependable Camry evolved into something truly special? Let's find out. So that really brings us to the core of it, right? With this fresh design and this new all-hybrid strategy, how does the 2026 Camry actually stack up? Does it set a new standard for what a mid-size sedan should be? We're going to break down everything that makes this new model tick and why it's such a big deal. All right, here's how we're going to tackle this. First, we'll cover what this new generation is all about. Then, we'll dive deep into that all-hybrid powertrain and what it means for performance and your wallet. After that, we'll talk about the real-world driving experience, step inside the cabin to check out all the new tech and safety gear, and finally, we'll wrap it all up with our final verdict. So let's start with what makes this Camry different. And trust me, this is way more than just a minor facelift. For 2026, Toyota has completely reimagined it. They've ditched the gas-only engines entirely, they've doubled down on tech, and they've given it this sharp, modern look that's clearly inspired by their newer cars like the Prius and the Crown. And you can really see that new philosophy in the design. Just look at it. It's got this sleek hammerhead nose, these slim LED lights. It gives the car a much more assertive and modern vibe. It's not flashy or over the top, but it's got this quiet confidence. It looks sharp, and it's definitely aiming to be one of the best-looking sedans in its class. Now let's get to the biggest change of all, what's under the hood. For 2026, every single Toyota Camry that rolls off the line is going to be a hybrid. This is a massive shift for such a popular car, and it has some really big implications for both how it drives and how much you'll spend at the pump. Okay, let's talk numbers for a second. The standard front-wheel drive Camry puts out a very healthy 227 horsepower. But here's the real kicker. For the first time ever on a Camry hybrid, you can get all-wheel drive. That version adds a second electric motor to the back and bumps the power up to 232 horsepower. This isn't just about saving gas. It's about giving you smooth, confident power when you need it. So here's the quick and dirty on how it works. You've got a 2.5-liter four-cylinder engine working together with electric motors. That power goes through something called an ECVT. Now, all you really need to know is that it's designed to be incredibly smooth. You won't feel any clunky gear shifts like in a traditional automatic, just smooth, efficient power. And all that hybrid tech, it delivers a huge payoff right here. The base LE model gets an incredible EPA-estimated 51 miles per gallon combined. 51! To put that in real-world terms, if you drive about 12,000 miles a year, you could be looking at a fuel bill around $1,200. That's a ton of savings for a car this comfortable and spacious. Okay, so the specs on paper are impressive. But what really matters is how does all this tech actually feel when you're behind the wheel? So let's talk about the drive. You know, this quote really hits the nail on the head. The two words you hear over and over again about the new Camry are smooth and quiet. Toyota has absolutely perfected the art of making a car that's just a relaxing, comfortable place to be, whether you're slogging through rush hour traffic or cruising down the highway. And that feeling is really consistent across the board. The ride is just so composed. It soaks up bumps and potholes like they're not even there. The steering is light and easy, which makes it a dream to park and navigate through the city. Now, let's be totally clear. This is not a sports sedan. It's not built to be thrown into corners. But if what you want is a stress-free, comfortable ride every single day, well, the Camry absolutely nails it. All right, let's move inside because the interior is another spot where you'll see some massive upgrades. I mean, this is where you're going to spend all your time, right? And Toyota has loaded it up with tech and premium features that make it feel way more upscale than you might expect. The star of the show inside is definitely the tech. On the higher trims, you get this beautiful setup with two 12.3-inch screens, one for your gauges and one for infotainment. And yes, wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are standard. Plus, you can get awesome features like ventilated seats, which are a lifesaver on a hot day, and a panoramic camera system that makes parking in tight spots an absolute breeze. And of course, we have to talk about safety, which is always a huge deal for Toyota. Every single 2026 Camry comes standard with Toyota Safety Sense 3.0. That's a whole suite of driver assist features like adaptive cruise control and lane keeping assist that basically acts like an extra set of eyes on the road. Now, official US crash test ratings aren't out just yet, but the Camry has a long history of acing those tests, and there's no reason to think this new one will be any different.
Okay, so we've looked at the new design, the hybrid powertrain, the comfortable ride, and the high-tech cabin. It's time to put it all together and answer the big question. Is the 2026 Toyota Camry the right sedan for you? All right, let's break it down, the good and things to consider. On the pro side, you've got that sharp new design, the incredibly efficient hybrid system that's now standard, that awesome all-wheel drive option, and a really modern tech-forward cabin. On the con side, the driving experience is all about comfort, not sportiness. And to get the absolute best tech, you do have to spring for the higher trim levels. So, what's it going to cost you? The 2026 Camry starts off with the LE trim at an MSRP of around $28,400. From there, you can move up to the sportier SE model or the more luxurious XLE and XSE trims, which will take you into the mid-30,000s, especially if you add all-wheel drive. So where does this car fit in the grand scheme of things? Well, its arch nemesis is and always has been the Honda Accord. But the Camry's ace in the hole is that available all-wheel drive system and its legendary reputation for reliability. And when you compare it to other rivals like the Hyundai Sonata, the Camry's all-hybrid lineup now makes it feel like the most modern and efficient choice of the bunch. Which brings us right back to the most important question of all. We've gone through all the details, so let's get down to it. Who is this car actually for? Well, the 2026 Camry is pretty much perfect for a few types of people. If your main priorities are just a super comfortable, quiet ride and amazing fuel economy, it's one of the best choices out there. If you need a safe, spacious family car that's loaded with tech to make the daily grind easier, this should be at the very top of your list. And honestly, if you live somewhere that gets real winter weather, that all-wheel drive option is a total game changer. So here's the bottom line. The new Camry isn't trying to be a sports car. It knows exactly what it is, and it absolutely leans into its greatest strengths. It is an exceptional daily driver that just masterfully delivers on comfort, efficiency, and a level of refinement that matters for most of us every single day. Hey, if you found this breakdown helpful, do us a favor and hit that subscribe button for Motor Choice. We're dedicated to bringing you more honest, data-driven U.S. car reviews just like this one. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.